Hey everyone, Jason here with Volkswagen T1 Campervan by Lego. Set number 10220 contains 1,334 pieces. Recommended building ages are 16 and up. So here we have the T1 Campervan. The van measures 30 centimeters or 11.8 inches. Looks like a very cool build. Let's take a look at the back of the box. Here's all the various actions. The front of the bus. Here's all the interior. So this is what it looks like in real life. So, what are we standing here looking at the box for? Let's open this puppy up and see what is inside. I'm dying to know what kind of elements. Now, the question is, are the bags numbered? Here we go. The box has nice, colorful artwork. Now, here's a bag, and it's not numbered. Well, let's pull them all out. Well, you know what? Let's do it this way. That's faster, huh? So obviously, we have a set of instruction manuals bound by cardboard, and there is stickers as well. Set those over there. Lots of bags. Looks like there's 15 bags in total. So, let's see what the camper van looks like all assembled. Here is the Volkswagen T1 camper van all assembled. It has a nice color scheme with the red, with a black pinstripe, and a white cab. The wheels on this model are white-walled with metallic hubcaps. Adds a nice touch. Here we have the driver's side door with the side mirror. The door does open up. Here's the inside of the cab. Got a little armrest. It's a tilt wheel. Have some gauges. We'll take a look inside of that in a bit. The door does hang a bit. Here's the front of the bus. We have the large headlights and a VW logo. That is a sticker. That's not printed. I like the pinstriping on the front as well. Now the windshield is supposed to have a sticker right in the middle to give it two individual windshields. I choose not to put that on. It looked rather strange. Nice bumper. This is supposed to be a license plate. I choose not to put that on either. Here we have the passenger side of the vehicle. The handles do tend to move around on their own. But here we have the passenger side entry. Let's take a quick zoom. Plenty of room. Here we have the passenger entry for the rear. It has lots of detail. On the top, we have a luggage rack, and this is the pop-up portion for the camper. This does raise up really easy. Nice seamless construction. It does pop deck down. It feels like it's ready to be pulled off. Might want to be careful with that. And here we have the rear of the bus. The top hatch does open up. Plenty of storage in the back. And the engine compartment does open up as well. Be careful, that stud does come flying off when you're pulling it too hard. Here we have the engine. It looks realistic. This does stick. I have to play with it to get it to close. And the rear bumper is the same as the front. We got rear exhaust. Nice camper van. It even squeaks on the counter. Let's give it a roll test before we look into the interior. It does glide very smooth on a flat surface. The steering on this model does not turn, so it has to be picked up when making turns. Now let's take a look at the interior. Removing the top of the camper van is a bit difficult. You want to pick from the edges, not from the pop-up shell. Slowly pull it off. Let's take a look underneath the shell. It would have been nice if this was hollowed out, but it wasn't. This portion does come off as well. One thing to note, it does drag off half the windshield. I'm not sure if that's what its intent is for. Let's start off with the driver's area. Here we got the instrument cluster, tilt wheel, a gear shift, it even has pedals. This looks like a car radio. That may be a speaker. Nice color scheme with the seat, with dark red and light blue. Really nice. Now let's take a look at the camper portion. The camper portion does feature curtains, and those are fabric. This door has a little shelf. Looks like we have a little vanity with some drawers. That is a mirror. This is a sticker. I believe this opens up. Or not. I had it opened up once, but that was during the build. Oh, there we go. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be the bathroom. There is supposed to be a sticker that goes inside that window. I choose not to put that on. On this side, we have a little sink with a hairbrush and a frying pan. Here we have the dinette booth. On the wall we have lights. The dinette booth does fold down. The seat will sometimes get in the way, So we have to pull the seat back to bring down the dinette booth. This seat does fold down to make a bed. It is a bit tricky to get it leveled. Now, it's a nice cozy place to sleep. On this tile there's supposed to be a picture with a surfboard. Nice cozy little cabin. Let's bring the seat back up. It's a bit of a goofy setup, but it does work. Let's raise up the table. The table does have a wine glass for a nice cold beverage. Oh, and I forgot, there is a little plant in the rear. Wonder what that's for. So that is the interior. Placing the top on can get a bit tricky. Sometimes I have to wiggle things to get it to line up. The doors are very fragile. But everything does end up fitting back into place. Finally, we have the stickers and spare pieces after assembling the camper van. Let's take a closer look at the print work. Here we have the license plate. The vehicle was made in 1962. This sticker is supposed to be a surfboard on a beach. That does look fun. And here we have make Lego models, not war. That's funny. And finally we have the spare pieces. Lots of studs, some Technic elements, tiles, plates, and other various elements. These pieces may come in handy for other creations. And this concludes the review for Volkswagen T1 Camper Van by Lego. It is a nice set. It is a bit on the fragile side. This model is mainly just for looks. I wouldn't consider this as a playable model. It's obviously not scaled for minifigures as it is oversized. But other than that, it is one great build. So when building the T1 camper van, be sure to have lots of patience because it is easy to make mistakes. I made a few putting it together, but other than that, it was one fairly straightforward build. I like the way it turned out. This is one of the best vehicle models, in my opinion, that Lego has brought out in a while. Lots of detail. Doors do open up. The metallic elements do crown off for a nice finish. Thank you all for watching.